Hey guys, I am Trent for Trent Sense, and I would like to talk to all of you about my impressions of the Dell Streak. To cut to the chase, the Dell Streak, in my opinion, is not a suitable replacement for your smartphone. First off, it's way too big, having a 5-inch touchscreen, and it's not really pocketable at all. That I was stuck with an older version of Android, in this case 1.6. Being that it was a review unit given to me by Dell, I didn't have the luxury of hacking into it or, porting over a more recent version of the Android operating system. So I was basically stuck in the water with 1.6, and it was not a good feeling at all. I tried to make the best of it and figured that, being that it did have a much bigger screen than my Captivate, I could take advantage of a full-sized QWERTY keypad. The full-sized QWERTY keypad was supplemented by a number pad off to the right of it, which was amazing in landscape mode. The QWERTY keyboard in portrait mode really just seemed no different than your average smartphone offering, so I really didn't take the time to get much practice with that, if any at all. At the end of the day, I learned that no matter how big a touchscreen happens to be, it can never take the place of a hardware QWERTY keypad. Even with the 5-inch size in landscape mode, I found the virtual keypad to not be as responsive as even my Samsung Captivate or the Nexus 1 that I had previously. I ran into problems with typos on a regular basis, even with word completion activated, and I really did not feel comfortable enough to type at a fast speed with both of my thumbs, so that was quite unfortunate. The interface of the Dell Streak, it was intuitive in its own way. It really was not complex at all. I did like the fact that you could customize the amount of desktop screens. I believe the maximum was 6, and you could go less than that if you desired. To access certain parts of the UI involved only a simple tap on certain sections of the taskbar at the top of the desktop screen, and I found this to be a really convenient feature. At that time, I still had problems with my Captivate, so being able to pop my SIM card into the Dell Streak and use that not only as my phone, but my GPS navigator really made it a worthwhile review unit. When it came to using the Google navigation with the huge 5-inch display in my car, it was really a sight to behold, and I really did get into using it as a GPS navigator during my road trips.
In a quarter mile, turn left at West Princess Anne Road. In 800 feet, turn right at Colley Avenue. Your destination is on the left.
Multimedia on the Dell Streak was not really impressive at all, even in comparison to your average smartphone. Whether it's a movie or an audio file, the speaker on the Dell Streak is complete and total garbage.
So much traveling, never know when you'll be around.
If you're looking for any kind of suitable listening experience for multimedia on the tablet, you're basically going to have to use your headphones, and that's all there is to it. Web surfing on the internet tablet was, of course, pretty good in its own right and having such a huge display, but at the same time, whenever I had to enter in a web address or a search criteria on Google, it involved having to use the virtual keypad, which was not comfortable for fast typing with my thumb. So Overall, looking at a website was great, but having to use the included virtual keypad really just kind of took away the experience for me. There were a number of games that were available from the Android marketplace that I had installed onto the Streak. And the one problem that I came across, which was to be expected, was overall resolution compatibility. A lot of games that are available out there now on the marketplace really aren't made for the Dell Streak's bigger 5-inch screen. So as a result, you had a lot of dead space around the game itself when you activated it. Taking still pictures with the included camera really did not seem any different from your average smartphone. But on the other hand, the included LED flash did seem a little bit weak when it came to illuminating darkened shots. The Dell Streak camcorder can only be summed up in one word: garbage. With all of that being said, I'm going to try and directly upload this to YouTube just to give you guys an impression of what the Dell Streak camera recording capability is all about. There was one accessory that made using Google Navigation in my car all the more enjoyable, and that was the car dock made by Dell for this tablet.
/order support. You can also take advantage of Dell's online self-help options to available online or to our order support. Multiple items. They ship separately.
Even though I did come across a number of problems in using the Dell Streak, I would still be confident that they can all be improved upon with future updates to more recent versions of the Android operating system. Even though my Dell Streak with 1.6 wasn't exactly an impressive experience for me, that doesn't mean that it still cannot rise to the occasion with future upgrades to Android 2.1 and 2.2 and so on. I guess the only way to be fair in this review is that I don't recommend the Dell Streak as long as it's using Android 1.6. However, if there is an official update to 2.1 or even 2.2, or if you don't mind hacking into it if necessary, I would say that the Dell Streak does potentially have a shot. So with all of the potential features added from being updated to 2.1 and maybe even 2.2, I would have to say that the Dell Streak could be a worthwhile try for anybody interested in an Android Internet tablet. I have to also give kudos to Dell for the construction build quality of the Streak. Now, I was not expecting the high-end metallic Gorilla Glass quality of the Dell Streak when I first unboxed it. So, with all that being said on my review for the Dell Streak, I am Trent for Trent Sense, and I will look forward to seeing all of you in a future episode. Take care and stay safe.